Hi, this is Dave with Front Porch Ideas and More. We showed you earlier how we made this pumpkin fence for autumn, and then how we transitioned this into Halloween with our black cat, moon, and bat. And all these plans are on our website in case you'd like to make your own. But now what we'd like to do is transition this to Thanksgiving. Mary and I were on a walk one day, and I happened to see a bunch of turkeys sitting on a fence. So I'm going to show you how to make a neat turkey that you could put on your fence, or actually hang on your wall, or even use indoors. So stay with us, and I'll show you how easy it is to do. All right, now we're in my wood shop, one of my favorite places to be. What we're going to do is I downloaded this template, of which you can download from our site and use the same one. I downloaded it and taped it together to make the full template. And I have a piece of plywood that's about, for this one, about a 16-inch by 16-inch piece of plywood. And there are many ways to transfer this template onto a piece of wood. But I'm going to use a simple one that most people will be able to do if they don't have any technical skills and projectors to be able to put this on a wall or something. So this will be an easier way to do it. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, we're going to tape it down a little bit so it doesn't move on us. I'm going to do that because I want it to stay in place. And then as we go along this project, even while I was preparing this video, I came up with an idea. I'm going to show you a little trick later on about how to make this even better. So what I've got is I have a punch and a hammer. And all I'm going to do is make holes, lightly tap this punch along the template outline. And when I take this off, then I'll have a set of holes that I can connect, kind of like connect the dots. So it's very easy. It's plywood, so you don't need to hit it real hard. And if you just follow the outline in different places, and because this is a straight line, as you can see, I don't need to mark the whole thing because I'm going to connect those two. I know those two will be connected. And I can just do this all the way around. So I'm going to do this, and then when I'm through with that, I'll show you the finished product. Okay, now we've done that. I've gone ahead and punched through here. And I want to make a note, too, that a lot of people don't have a punch. I don't recommend it, but if you had a small screwdriver and tap it lightly, that probably will work, too. And so we'll take this off, and we should have, and I've connected the dots underneath. I've used the pattern and connected the dots underneath. Now you'll see that under here that I have gone through the top veneer level of the plywood. And I'll show you how to fix that really easily here as we go along. But basically we have an outline of our turkey, of our Thanksgiving turkey, and the next step I'm going to do is go ahead and take a jigsaw and I'm going to cut out the turkey from the plywood. Now normally I would use a bandsaw for this. It'd be a lot easier for me to do on the bandsaw, but most people don't have access to a bandsaw. So I'm going to go ahead and do it with a jigsaw, and we'll cut this out. Oh, one thing too, let me say one thing too, is on a jigsaw, you want to use a very fine blade because it's plywood and it rips easily. And because your blade on jigsaw pulls up, it will pull a top layer of veneer off the plywood and make it look nasty. So use a very thin, thin blade. All right, now we have it cut out in the jigsaw, and you can sand it down the edges and those kinds of things. But basically, we have our turkey, and it's cut out and a little bit rough, but we'll sand it down and make it a little bit smoother, keep our lines. Now, what do we do with the holes? Well, an easy thing that I do in this particular case is I just use painter's caulk, which is available at your local home supply store. And I just take a little painter's caulk, and you can just fill up the holes with it. And as you do that, then take a wet rag, and you can wipe off the excess. And you may have to put another coat on a little bit, let it dry. And then when we paint this, you won't even know that those holes were there for that. But I also did one other thing that you might like to do for yours, and that is, this is kind of flat. So I wanted to create some depth to it. So what I did is I just cut out additional wings, the turkey's wings. I cut out additional ones, which will sit right on here, like so. I just cut out 3 of them using the same pattern. And now I have kind of a relief. If you want to, you can use 2 or 3 or however many you want. And I just did it so that it give it some depth when it's hanging up or out there. So those will all be painted here pretty soon. So once you have those holes filled in or any of the dents and things you've got filled in, I lightly sanded mine just so I could see the pencil marks a little bit so that when we paint it, we have lines to go by. But I'll fill in all these holes and get it ready for painting, and that won't take too long. So stay with us and we'll show you a little bit of that and finish up our turkey for Thanksgiving.
So Dave has the turkey all ready, and he penciled in the lines so that we can paint it. So I'm getting the job of painting our turkey, and it's going to be kind of a designer turkey. So what we did to figure out the colors is I just I got out all of my craft paints, just these little tiny bottles, and I just put little splotches of colors here, ones that we thought would look good on the turkey. And so that's just kind of what we did so that we can get a feel for what the colors are going to look like. And so I'm just actually freehand painting, well, there's lines, but I'm just doing it without taping it off, just freehand painting the feathers on the turkey first. So we've got some of the feathers done already. So let me just show you a little bit of finishing up this one little feather here. And it's really simple. And I'm just using I got this brush a long time ago. It's just a flat little brush. Probably any little brush you have around the house would work, but it helps to have a flat one so that you can kind of stay in the lines. So stay with us and we'll show you how it looks when we're all done.
Hey, we did it. We have our finished tom turkey to put on our fence. And as you can probably see, I took the liberty and I actually drew out the wings from using the template, made extra wings and made this as a relief. So it kind of gives it some depth. I also did that with the head and put the eye on. So as you can see, our tom turkey looks pretty good. Mary painted it as we showed you. And it looks really good out here outside on our porch. But you can also not only use this on a fence or this fence project that you can also get on our site, but you could also make a little stand for it, which wouldn't take much time, and you could make it a little stand, and then you could place it on your porch on a little stand with a display if you'd like for Thanksgiving, which would work really nice too on your porch. And then it's easy to use as a wall hanging, and all I did was put attached a wire on the back, and we're going to show you how we just use it as a wall hanging, and we combined it with a sign to make a really nice display on our porch wall. So there you have it. This is Dave from FrontPorchIdeasandMore.com. Join us on the porch.